Did you know that around 7.7% of the population of England and Wales don't consider English to be their main language? To put that in perspective, that's around 4.2 million people. In Leicester alone, that percentage goes up to 30.7% of the population, which is around 101,000 people. Yet despite there being so many individuals in this category, the stigma and discrimination that non-native English speakers experience is rife. Studies have suggested that native English speakers' lack of competency in other languages means that they often struggle to empathise with the experience of having a non-native accent. And this means that non-native English speakers are at a disadvantage and experience more negative interactions. To understand the difficulty of using a language that isn't your own, I'm going to be learning as much German as I can in 24 hours and testing myself in conversation with fluent speakers. To do this, I'm going to be using a variety of free online resources, tests and language hacks. So I've just finished taking my placement test to better understand where I'm at with my German. I did it in school, but it's been years since I've touched on it. It wasn't too bad. I got 12 out of 30, which is an okay foundation to build on. So now I think I'm going to use those language hacks that I mentioned earlier, and I'm going to learn as many of the top 100 most commonly used words in German. And I've also got some English sentences to help me better understand German sentence structure. So that's my next step. So I've spent a few hours learning German now, and I'm really starting to understand how much I actually don't know and take for granted in English. I'm feeling pretty stressed and worried for the test. I really can't imagine speaking in a different language every single day on the spot, doing a job in a different language. So there's still a lot for me to learn. One thing that I'm finding really difficult is sentence structures. Sometimes it's the same as English, and at other times the sentence can completely flip around. Getting your head around that is so difficult. It's kind of like working backwards, and it really slows down the learning process. The next time I check in with you is going to be for the test. I'm going to keep learning for a good few more hours and just try and get as much as I can into my head and hope for the best.
Ich habe den ganzen Tag Deutsch gelernt. Also bin ich sehr müde. Es ist so schwer. Ich erinnere mich an etwas davon. Also hoffe ich, dass es gut klingt. Wie war Ihr Tag?
Ja, es war gut, aber ziemlich kalt hier. Das Wetter ist nicht so gut. Wie ist es bei euch?
Es ist kalt. Was ist cloudy auf Deutsch?
Wolkig. Es ist wolkig oder bewölkt. Wenn es viel gibt, ist es bewölkt.
Klinge ich überzeugend?
Du klingst ein bisschen nervös aus, aber das ist normal, ist kein Problem.
Danke. Ich möchte ein Dokumentar machen.
Mhm.
Ja, ich bin sehr müde. Es war schwer. Ja, Documentaries are hard.
Kann ich mir vorstellen.
Dokumentäre sind schwierig.
Danke, dass mit mir Deutsch gesprochen.
Danke, dass wir miteinander Deutsch gesprochen haben.
I missed quite a few words there. Danke für deine Zeit. Und tschüss.
So, frohe Ostern.
Das ist schön, dass wir dir helfen konnten.
This test really solidified to me how difficult it is to think and speak in a language that isn't your own. It was completely draining trying to make myself understood. I was nervous and I felt embarrassed at my skills. And I benefited from Rachel and Pete knowing my native language, but many people wouldn't have that same luxury. So if you ever find yourself in conversation with a non-native speaker, give them the time of day, encourage them, because they're doing something that a lot of people would be scared to do.